Hey, what's going on guys? JS Cards here coming at you with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, and today we're going to be going over my updated Phantom Knights deck. There's really not a whole lot of changes, at least in the main deck. In the extra deck, there's maybe like 3 different cards that have changed. A few cards in the main deck, but really not a whole lot. But we got some new cards recently. I updated this deck, and it's definitely one of my favorites. I really like it. I've been trying to play a variety of combo decks and try to get better at those types of decks. I usually like more control decks like Sky Striker, even Trap Tricks. I like slower decks like that most of the time, but I've been having a lot of fun learning all these combo decks and actually being able to play them. And Phantom Knights is one that's kind of like middle of the road, where it's not like super complex if you wanted to learn it, and it's still pretty good. And it's kind of a rogue option too, which is kind of nice. Some people don't really expect it, although it has been kind of popular lately. But let's jump into this. Hopefully you guys like this profile. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff if you enjoy this video, and let's just jump into it. So the Phantom Knight lineup really hasn't changed. So starting off, we got 3 copies of Torn Scales, really good card, triple copies of Silent Boots, double copies of Ancient Cloak, double copies of Ragged Gloves, and then we have the 1 Stained Greaves. I really like this lineup. I've seen some people play triple cloak and 1 ragged gloves. I like 2 and 2. I think you only really need 3 silent boots and 3 torn scales. But the rest of the ratios you can kind of mess with. It's kind of just personal preference. But that's what we have for the Phantom Knight lineup. Then starting off, triple copies of Tour Guide. This is a really great starter card. I mean, all of these basically, all of the level 3s in the deck are just some sort of extenders or starter cards, and I know some people have been kind of cutting back on Tour Guide, but I'm still going to play 3. To go with that, we have the 3 copies of Kakamucha Knight. For the Burning Abyss monsters, we have the 1 Graph, the 1 Seer. Those 2 are standard. I did start playing the Libic. I think this is kind of a cool card because I seem to always end up getting a Burning Abyss monster in my hand. So if Libic's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 3 Dark Fiend monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. So that way, even if you do end up getting Graph or Seer in your hand, if you can get Libic into the grave somehow, then you can at least use it. I like the addition of Libic into the deck. I think he's going to be staying. That did bump it up to a 41 card deck, but with all the searching and sending to grave and stuff, I think you can afford to play maybe 41 or 42. I usually like to keep my decks around 40, but I've realized that with some of the combo decks I've been playing, it's okay to go over 40 because there's usually a ton of searching or special summoning going on. And it makes siding easier too if you have like extra cards in there, and it doesn't take away from your main combo cards. Anyways, moving on, we got Danger Jackalope and the Danger Snake. And then we have the 2 psychics. We got Wielder and Tracker. And then this is where people dislike the video, but we have the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes because we do play Dragoon in here. And honestly, guys, Dragoon in this deck is like really good. I mean, it's dark, it fits the whole theme of the deck, and I mean, it's a win condition for a lot of rogue decks. It's just that good. I don't like playing against it, but I do like playing it, so there you guys go. And then for hand traps, it's just 3 copies of Ash Blossom. If you don't want to play the Dragoon package, that's 3 cards in the main deck that you could take out for maybe effect veilers, impermanences, ghost spells. You know, they could be other hand traps that work for you. But let's move on to the spells. Alright, so to start off the spells, we have the 1 Rhoda. You do have a lot of different targets you can search with this, so it's definitely worth playing. Then we have the 1 Red Eyes Fusion, and I like to main the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. My side deck is basically all spell and trap card hate, because that really does hurt this deck, but I do like to main the Harpy's Feather Duster for when you're going up against decks like that. Then we have the 1 Rank Up card here. Emergency Teleport to get out your psychics, And then we have one Called by the Grave and one Monster Reborn. So all just very powerful one-of spell cards. You really don't play a ton of spells, but these ones are really good. And then for the trap cards, we have 3 copies of Fogblade. Then we have the one Shade Brigadine and the one Phantom Knight Sword. Let's move on to the extra deck. All right, starting off with the Link monsters, we have the one Link Spider, the one Predaplant Verte Anaconda, the one Cherubini, Rusty Bardiche, and then our powerful Appaloosa here. That's really all the Link monsters that you need. I did have Borrelsword in here, but I actually did cut it because we have some really powerful Exceed monsters. Plus you have Dragoon. So like if you can just have Appaloosa and Dragoon out onto the field, and even some of your Exceed monsters, like your opponent's really not going to be able to do anything. So I did cut the Borrelsword just because the extra deck has a ton of power already. So if you guys want to play it and cut something else, you can. But yeah, speaking of the Exceeds, we got 2 copies of Leviair, kind of needed for the new combo that we do here. 2 copies of Breaksword. Again, you kind of want to play 2 of each, and Breaksword's just really good in this deck. But the reason that you want multiple rank 3s like that, and they aren't number monsters, is because we have the Utopic Future and Utopic Draco Future. So yeah, these are the new additions to the deck. First of all, I love both of their artwork. Second of all, Draco Future is a powerhouse, man. This card's definitely one of my favorite Exceeds now. So Draco Future can definitely just win you games, but if that's not enough, we are still playing the Dark Rebellion package. So we got Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, Arc Rebellion, and Dark Requiem. I still love both of these cards as well. Arc Rebellion is insane in this deck. I mean, it can get like over 12,000 attack sometimes. Definitely over 10,000 attack with all your other cards out. And we have the Dragoon to round off the extra deck. So there you guys have it. That is my updated Phantom Knights deck profile. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you think. And let me know what other deck profiles and videos you'd like to see in the future. I'm also back to streaming on Twitch. I've been playing a lot of video games that aren't Yu-Gi-Oh! But I definitely do want to start streaming more Yu-Gi-Oh! I took a poll on Twitter of what deck you guys wanted me to really focus in on next and play, and that is Drytron. So expect gameplay of that too over on my Twitch. I have the deck and I've played it a few times, but I want to get better at it and really understand the deck well. So that's going to be kind of my next project and something I want to push myself to do. So if that interests you, definitely go give me a follow over there if you want to, or at least drop by the stream and say hi. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Stay tuned for more Yu-Gi-Oh! News, deck profiles, and opening videos in the future. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks again. Peace out and have a good one.